Hey, hey, I am live. Nobody's on. That's okay, I'm a few minutes early. Gonna give everybody a few minutes here to start logging on. Somebody's on. Let's see who's that. As you guys are logging on to my Facebook Live, if you will just comment and say hello so I can see who you are. If you'd like to, if you want to remain anonymous, that's okay too. You don't have to comment. Um, I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes to get logged on. Just to give everybody intro, my name is Trish Minshew. I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex in Waco, and I'm continuing my bi-weekly series on real estate education. Today, I'm going to be talking about home selling. The first two lives that I did were geared towards home buyers, specifically first-time buyers. And so today, I'm going to be providing some information for consumers who, homeowners that are interested in selling their home. That can be for anybody that is planning on selling their home in the next year, 2, 3 years, people that want to sell it with an agent, or anybody who may be interested in trying to go the for sale by owner route. I provide information for anybody. I'm not trying to sell you on my services, I'm just trying to provide info on what you need to know to best position yourself to sell your home in the shortest time possible and for the most money possible in the current market. Um, we are at 11:58 right now, so I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and we will try to start promptly right at 12 o'clock. Again, as you guys are logging on, if you'd like me to see who you are, you can just comment and say hi down there in the bottom so I'll see you. If not, that's okay too. But this is a live Q&A. I do have a list of information that I will be talking about during the Facebook Live hour. But if any of you have specific questions about selling your home, type them into the comment box and then I will answer them as I'm going. If you don't have questions, again, I have a little outline of things that I'm going to talk about. Specifically, I'm going to start by giving some information on the state of the current real estate market here in the Waco area. And then I will go through the three things that you really need to focus on when selling a property, whether that's selling on your own using the for sale by owner route, or if you're working with an agent, the things that your agent needs to be doing to get your home sold. Those three things are staging, pricing, and marketing. So again, I will be talking a little bit, just covering a little bit of information about how what our market is right now in the Waco area, and then I will cover those three things that you really need to focus on if you're wanting to sell your home. Let's see. No comments yet. Well, we are right at 12 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Looks like we've got a handful of people on right now, and hopefully we'll have some more logging on. I'll go ahead and give you guys a quick introduction. My name is Trish Minshew. I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex in Waco. I've been in real estate for about 2.5 years. I am a lifelong Wacoan, so I know the area very well. I've really, truly enjoyed being in real estate over the last few years. I have helped, I think, about 70 folks, 70, between 70 and 75 people buy or sell homes in the time that I've been in real estate. So I've got a little bit of experience under my belt. Really enjoy working with both buyers and sellers. And my passion is just education, helping consumers and providing value, whether you use me or another agent, or whether you don't use an agent at all. Although I, advocate for using an agent because we're here, we're experienced, we have the knowledge and expertise to help you, whether it's buying or selling a home. But what I'm here to do today is to just provide you some information on the best things to do to get your home sold for the most money and in the shortest time possible, which is usually the goal. Um, so I'm going to start out talking a little bit about the current real estate market here in Waco. As you've probably noticed, homes are selling very quickly and prices are appreciating very quickly. We have been in what you call a seller's market for a number of years now. Um, and what that means is we have less homes on the market than we have buyers looking to buy. One of the main reasons for that is that we have very, very low interest rates right now. Anyone that's needing to finance the purchase of a home and use a mortgage right now, average interest rates are like in the high 2%, which is historic lows. And those interest rates are expected to stay low through the rest of this year. I'm not a mortgage lender. I'm not a financial analyst, but the mortgage lenders that I'll work with, I've asked them this question. They're like, yeah, we're expecting that rates will stay low where they're at for the remainder of the year. And what that means for anybody that is trying to sell their home now or plans to in the next year, rates are very low. So there are a large number of buyers that are on the in the market right now looking to buy a home. Right now in the Waco area, we have 1.4 months of inventory. And what that means is if no one else were to put their home on the market right now, the homes that are currently listed, right now we've got 350 homes in the market in the Waco MLS, and that covers McLennan County and some surrounding areas as well. So if no one else were to put their home on the market, those 350 homes would all be sold in the next 40 days. A normal seller's market is about 3 months of inventory. So we're at less than half that. So again, homes are selling very quickly, and because of the high demand for homes in the Waco area, they sell quickly. Prices are appreciating. We're seeing lots of situations where we're having multiple offers on homes and homes that are selling for over asking price. We've had 256 homes sell in the last 30 days. And again, we've got 350 on the market right now. So that's where we get our inventory number from. The average days on market for homes in the Waco area in January was 19 days. So that tells you that on average, if somebody lists their home for sale, it's going to go under contract in less than 3 weeks. Looking at a year prior, the average was 40 days. So again, that just tells you that homes are selling very quickly, a lot faster than usual because of the high demand right now. And home prices. So we've seen normal real estate appreciation year over year is about 3%. In the last year, we've seen 10 to 12% appreciation, depending on what part of the area that you're in. So that's abnormally high appreciation, which again, if you're needing to sell your home is worth a lot more now than it would have been a year ago, 10% more. So again, in summary, we're in a very strong seller's market. Homes are selling quickly. Prices are much higher now than they were a year ago, 2 years ago, and we see that trend continuing throughout 2021. Okay, well, done with the boring market stuff. I know I've lost a couple of viewers, so sorry about that. You can tune back in now. So I'm going to get into the nitty gritty right now, how to sell your home. I do not have any questions yet. Again, if you're tuning in and you want to know specific information on how can you get your home sold, comment in the comment box. If I don't get any questions, I'm just going to follow my outline and talk about the 3 things that you need to focus on if you're going to sell your home. Those 3 things are staging, pricing, and marketing. And I have a chalkboard back here, but it just got painted, and so it's not ready to write on yet. Otherwise, I'd be writing my notes up here. So the first thing that we talk about as an agent, when we're meeting with somebody that needs to sell their home, staging is number 1. And so what I mean by staging, there's a few different things that means. It's the presentation of your home and the property itself, inside and outside, what people see when you put your home on the market. That can mean anything from having your yard nice and mowed and landscaped. That can mean that the inside is clean, that everything is in good repair, decluttered. You want to have good curb appeal because that's what people see right off the bat. If you have your home listed with an agent, or if you list your home for sale by owner and you're putting it on somewhere like Zillow or for sale by owner, Facebook Marketplace, typically the first photo that you show is going to be of the outside of the property. front of the house, front yard. So you want to make sure that that first impression that you're giving potential buyers is a very positive one. Um, if not, obviously people are going to keep scrolling and looking at other houses. So you've got to make a good first impression with the staging of the home. So exterior obviously is very important because that's the first thing that people see. And the inside of your home is very important as well because that's, that's where they're going to be living. So what do I mean by clean and decluttered? So every room, when someone is walking through it or looking at it in photos, it needs to clearly depict what that room's purpose is. So if you've got a living room, obviously living room furniture is fine, some decor is fine. We don't want to see things like children's toys in the living room, tools laying around, papers laying around. It needs to be neat and clean and just clearly depict what that room's purpose is. Same thing with the kitchen. We like to see a kitchen that is clean, that doesn't have dirty pots and pans sitting around, dishes laying around, paper stacked up on the kitchen counter. And we know when we're living our house from day to day, those things are going to stack up and happen, and that's okay. But when you're wanting to sell your home, you have to present it in the best light possible. So obviously, you want things to be as perfect as possible and look like a model home. That's what we shoot for. When I'm meeting with a potential seller, I tell them that we need to have the home in model perfect condition or as close to perfect as possible. So counters cleared off, no toys laying in the living room. Obviously, in the children's room, you're going to have toys, but they need to be neat and kind of organized. And you just want to have the rooms all as clean as possible, as organized as possible, and decluttered, and just have things moved out of the rooms that don't belong in those rooms. Um, Same thing with your backyard. If you've got tools laying around, lawn equipment, kids' toys, obviously you're using those things from day to day, and that's fine. But when you're preparing to put your home on the market, those things need to be cleared and stored somewhere out of sight so that when potential buyers are looking at either photos of your home online or when they're viewing your home in person, um, those things are out of the way and they're able to see that space and that it looks clean and neat and um, desirable really is what you're going for. I'm looking to see if I have any comments. Not yet. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to keep chatting away. If any of you have questions as you're tuning in about how to sell your home, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to keep moving along. So, as I continue talking about staging, I'm going to just talk about this for a few more minutes, but that is really important because that's what people see when they're looking at your home. Now, there are situations where someone owns a home that they don't live in. Maybe it's a home that has been inherited from a family member. Nobody's living in the home anymore, and so it's vacant. There might be minimal amount of furniture, maybe nothing at all in the home. There's situations like that where we would actually, where as an agent would actually recommend bringing in a professional stager. And what stagers do is they actually bring in furniture, home decor. They bring these in just temporarily for photos, and then while the home is on the market. Um, and this can really go a long way because statistics show that vacant homes do sit on the market longer than homes that are occupied or appear occupied. So there's something about walking in a home when you're shopping. If that home looks or feels like it's lived in, it's easier to visualize yourself and your family being in that home versus a home with just completely empty rooms, no furniture, nothing on the walls, just a bare home. It's just again easier to sell a home when it is staged. So whether that is your own furniture or hiring a professional stager to bring in furnishings to make the home look like it's lived in, that can really go a long way. I have one particular stager here in town that I have worked with on several jobs. Her name's Naomi King. She is with Waco Staging Company, so shout out to Naomi. She does a great job, and I've had a number of clients with homes that they've moved out of that they're not living in anymore, or situations like I mentioned where it was a home that was inherited from a family member, and she came in and just made it look like that home was lived in, and it did wonders for the home selling not only quickly but selling for full price. So that's something that you should definitely consider. If you have either a vacant home or maybe just minimal furniture, or you just need some a professional opinion from a stager on how to place the things in your home to make it look ideal. Um, so again, staging is very important. That's the first thing that you really need to focus on if you're preparing to put your home on the market. And I will just say again, I'm not here trying to sell you on my services as a realtor. I work as a listing agent. So if you're thinking about selling your home and want to talk to an agent such as myself about how to get your home sold, I'm happy to do that. But in the market that we're in right now, I'll be totally honest, you can go the for sale by owner route. You do want to have some knowledge on how to handle the contracts, the different paperwork that's involved. Um, but if you know the things that you need to know, which I'm talking about today, to get your home sold as quickly as possible and for the most money possible, I mean, you can definitely do it on your own. I see it happen all the time. So staging is number one. Have that home staged and presented in a way um, that looks like a perfect model home or close to perfect as possible, where when buyers are looking at it online or in person, the home is desirable. All right, so number two, I'm going to move on to number two is pricing. So obviously, if you're selling your home, you want to get the most money possible for your home. Now, there's some things that you have to be careful about when pricing your home. As an agent, what we would normally do for a home seller is run comps or a comparative analysis. And what that means is we look at homes that have recently sold in your neighborhood that are similar to your home, and we see what those homes have sold for. We look at things like price per square foot. We're looking at the size of the home, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, the lot size. So we're taking all these comparisons and then we're coming up with um, an approximate figure based on the features that your home has to determine what's the highest possible price that it can reasonably sell for. Um, we have to be really careful when it comes to pricing because it's easy in this market to think, okay, well, I can just slap whatever price I want on my home and it's going to sell because we have homes selling like hotcakes. We've got people coming from California and all over the place buying homes, which is true. But at the same time, if you overprice, you are going to run the risk of your home sitting on the market because if there's a similar home in your area that's priced lower, the buyers are going to go for that home. So you have to be really careful with pricing. There's a small window. This is so confusing because it's rotated. I'm trying to go over here. Here we go. So there's a narrow window of pricing that you want to focus on. If you go too high, your home's going to sit on the market. If you go too low, then you're not going to get what your home is worth. So an agent can provide you with a comparative analysis to show you data on homes that have recently sold in your area, homes that are similar to yours. Obviously, if you have a 2,000 square foot, 4 bedroom, 2 bath home on a quarter-acre lot, um, a home down the street that's 1,300 square feet, that's 3 bedroom, 1.5 bath on a 6 of an acre lot is not a good comp. So we look at homes that are similar and in similar condition as well. Now, if you've got a home that is, let's say it's 10 to 15 years old, but you've made updates in the home over the years. You put in granite countertops in the kitchen. You removed carpet and put in nice wood flooring. You've put in updated energy efficient windows. You have it nicely staged. A home that's been updated, staged well, is in good condition, is going to get a higher price than a similar sized home that has outdated features. And that's something that I could talk about further with you if you're interested in selling your home. Um, I can give you information on what makes the most sense as far as, what money should I put into my home before putting it up for sale? Should I update these things or should I just put it on the market as is? Obviously, updates will garner you a higher price, but you've got to look at your return on investment because there are some kinds of updates and remodels that you can do where you won't get your money back, compared to what you spent on it. So those are things that an agent can help you with. Um, so again, if you overprice your home, it's going to sit on the market. And unfortunately, I see this on too many occasions where, specifically with some for sale by owner properties that I see on places like Zillow, Facebook Marketplace. Again, because of the market that we're in right now, some people having correct information, and they believe, okay, well, so and so down the street sold their home for $300,000. I can sell mine for that too. So I'll put a for sale by owner sign in the yard and put it on Zillow. But if you're not um, comparing your home appropriately to similar sold homes, um, your pricing is going to be off. And another danger that you run into when you're overpricing your home, when you have a buyer come to the table, more often than not, that buyer is going to have to finance the purchase of the home. They're going to have a mortgage. And when financing is involved, the buyer's lender is going to do an appraisal, which, if you own a home, you're probably familiar with appraisals because you had to have one when you purchased your home if you had a mortgage when you bought. And so an appraiser's job is to come out and give a professional opinion on the market value of that home. They actually use the same data that us realtors use. They run comps, they do a little bit more detailed analysis than we do, but they're looking at the same data to determine what your home is worth. And if your home is overpriced, even if that buyer was willing to pay that price you have it listed at, if that appraisal comes in lower than your sale price, um, you have some problems because the bank is not going to finance that buyer's purchase for more than the appraiser determines it's worth. Um, Now, I've seen some situations where the appraiser may have been off, they may have missed some comps, and in those situations, if you're working with a realtor or if you're selling your home on your own, you can go back and pull comps and provide that information to the appraiser and basically appeal their decision. But otherwise, if your appraisal's low, if your sale price is here and your appraisal comes back here, either you have to lower the sale price to match what the appraisal comes at back at, or that buyer's going to have to come up with the difference in cash, which usually they don't have. And so if one of those things doesn't happen, then the sale falls through. So I just caution anybody that is thinking about putting their home on the market. You just have to very carefully look at pricing data, homes that have sold similar to yours in the area, and you have to use that data to price your home, because if it's overpriced, either it's going to sit on the market, or when it does go under contract, you run the risk of a low appraisal. And in that case, either you've got to come back down on the price anyway, or it's possible that the sale could fall through and then you're sitting on the market longer. So, um, ideal pricing will help you garner the best feedback and attention from potential buyers in the market, and will help it get under contract in a short period of time, which, again, right now the average days on market is 19. So if you have a home in decent shape, you've staged it well, you've got everything cleaned and decluttered, you've priced it well, and you've marketed it well, which I'm going to get to that next, there's a very good chance that your home will sell in under 3 weeks, because that's what we're seeing in the current market. So that moves us on to the third and final most important thing that we look at when selling a home, whether it's an agent who's representing a home seller, or if you're a homeowner who's wanting to sell your home on your own. Marketing is number three. Now, a lot of people think, okay, in the market that we're in right now, I really don't need to do any marketing. Homes are selling so quickly. Trish, you just said that we're in a great seller's market. Homes are selling in 3 weeks. Can I just stick a sign in the yard and, wait for somebody to call, wait for somebody to show up? Yes and no. There's still a handful of people that drive around looking at homes for sale, but 90%, 96% of home buyers start their search online. So you have to have an online presence in this day and in this market. Otherwise, you're really missing out on a huge pool of buyers. So if you are wanting to sell your home on your own, uh, there's a few different places that you can list your home. You can go to Zillow. You can do it there. I think it's free there. There's fsbo.com, and I think there's also one where it's spelled out, for salebyowner.com. Those websites do charge a fee, but you can list your home on those websites as well, and people will see it. Facebook Marketplace is also a good place where I'm starting to see more and more home sellers and agents as well that are listing homes in Facebook Marketplace. You can always use Craigslist. That's another free way where you can list a property for sale, but you have to have an online presence. So whether you're using an agent or you're selling your home on your own, whoever is doing the marketing of that property needs to have a presence online. Now, if you're listing your home with an agent, the agent is going to put your home in what we call our MLS, multiple listing service, and so that MLS data actually feeds out to about for Coldwell Banker anyway, ours feeds out to about 80 different websites. So it's going to go to realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia, all the different brokerage websites. So actually, if somebody is going to kellyrealtors.com, if they're going to their website, and I have a home listed, it'll show up there. They all kind of interchange with each other. So again, if you're using an agent, you're going to have some online presence, but with us being in a competitive market, you may have a neighbor down the block that also has their home for sale. So what are you going to do to make your home stand out more than your neighbor down the road? So my suggestion would be to uh, post your home on social media websites. Facebook, you can do it on Instagram. There's ways that you can run ads on those different platforms. I've even seen a handful of agents and home sellers using TikTok to make little videos. I mean, there's so many different places where you can post things online, and since that's where everybody goes nowadays anyway, it just makes sense to have an online presence. Um, I'm going to actually take a step back on the marketing topic. Before you do any of this, you have to have good quality photos of your home because that's what people are seeing. Um, like I said, 96% of home shoppers are looking online when they're starting their home search. So, what are people going to see? They're going to see photos. If you go around your house, or if your agent goes around your house and they take photos with their iPhone or their Android phone, um, and they don't know what they're doing, that's not going to portray very well online when people are looking because a majority of agents, and I see a lot of for sale by owners too, they're hiring a professional photographer to photograph the home. I only use professional photographers when I'm putting a listing on the market. I pay for that. I don't ask my homeowner to pay for that. It's one of my expenses as a realtor to market your property. Um, I'm actually going to try to screen share right now. I've got some photos. I'm going to show some examples of some not so great photos and then some good photos. Um, you're going to look at these photos and you're going to be like, okay, well, this is obvious, Trish. This is not a good photo. This is a good photo. Um, yeah, it's obvious, but um, homeowners sometimes and agents sometimes as well, they try to cut corners. They try to save money. They try to do things I don't want to say the cheap way, but maybe the easy way. And that's not the right way. When you're trying to sell what is usually your largest investment, um, it is critical that you spend the money. We're talking $250, $300 for a professional photographer to come in and take 30 to 40 photos of the inside of your home, of the outside of your home. Um, Professional photographers are going to know what angles to take, what kind of lighting is needed. Um, they know what they're doing. And so to me, it is imperative that you or your agent spend the money on a professional photographer because that's what people see and that's what's going to draw people to want to see your home in person. I've seen too many examples of agents and properties that are listed by the owner, um, dark photos, bad angles, things in the photo that shouldn't be in there. You're just, you're scrolling through and you're looking at these photos, and it may be an amazing home, but the photos don't show that. So that potential buyer is going to look at the other homes on the market. They're gonna scroll right past yours because those photos aren't good. Um, so I'm gonna try to screen share right now. Let me see if it'll let me do it. No, I don't want to share to a group. Let's see. It may not let me do this since I already have my video going. I know it gave me the option before I started to do screen share. Uh, Let me see. I'm going to see if I can possibly, well, I don't want to end my live, so I may not be able to do this. I think what I'll do is after the Facebook Live, either in the comments or I can create a separate post that you guys can see later. I'll show the examples of the good photos and the not so good photos. The examples that I was going to show, the first one was an exterior photo. So when I say exterior, it just means the outside of the home. Um, There was one that I found for a home that's on the market right now. It's been on the market like, I want to say like close to 200 days, which is pretty long for this market. Um, the front of the property was fenced. They had the fence in the photo. There was a trailer with a tarp over it with a bunch of junk. The grass had not been cut. It was just, it was a hot mess. I'm sorry. And when that's the first thing people, like this was the first photo of this property. That was the first impression that people had. No wonder that home hasn't sold yet. It does not get off a good impression when you've got junk, trash, an unmanicured lawn. You have to make that first impression great. Some of the other photos that I had that I was going to show, there was one of a living room. First of all, the angle wasn't that great. It was obvious that a professional photographer was not used. And then there was just a lot of clutter in the living room. There was very minimal furniture, which is okay. And the room itself was clean, but they had like a desk with all kinds of like papers and printers stacked on it. And you could see some toys in the corner. And it just had this unorganized feel. And if you would have glanced at that photo for just a few seconds, at first glance, you would have been like, okay, is this a living room? Is this a dining? Like, what is this room? So again, that goes back to my topic of staging, where the rooms, they need to be decluttered, and it needs to show the purpose of that room only. Like, you don't need to have toys in living areas. You don't need to have papers and equipment in dining areas. uh, every room needs to have its purpose and not have stuff in there that makes it confusing to somebody that's looking at the picture, be like, wait, what room is this? And also minimalized, minimal things in the room. um, I know a lot of us moms, we love to have pictures of our kids on the fridge and pictures of their drawings and their colorings, and we like to show that stuff off, and we like to look at those things. We're in the kitchen. And it's just, good memories, good things to showcase for our family. When you're selling your home, unfortunately, all that stuff has to go. You don't want too many personalized items in the home. Again, you want the home to look like it's lived in. But if you have too many personalized items, too many personal photos, um, things with names on it, it just kind of detracts from the buyer who's trying to envision themselves in that home. So, like a photo or photos of your kitchen, you want the fridge to be completely clear, like no magnets, no photos, anything like that. You want your countertops to be cleared off. Um, so, again, the staging kind of goes hand in hand with the marketing, because you're not going to be able to properly market your home if it's not staged well. So, okay, going back to the marketing topic. So, I was talking about photos. Professional photos are a must. Again, if you're looking at selling your home on your own, um, investing in a professional photographer is going to set you back $250 to maybe $300. So, it's really not a lot of money to spend in the long run when you think about the money that you stand to make on the sale of your home. Because if you're not using that professional photography, um, and your photos aren't very good, then your home's going to sit longer on the market. I promise you it will. I don't care what neighborhood you're in. You could be in the fastest growing neighborhood in the Waco area. You could be at a price point that sells within a matter of days. If your home is not photographed well, when people are looking at those photos online, they're not going to want to come see your home. So professional photography is a must when it comes to marketing. And I take things a step further. I also have, my photographer also does video. So videography is an extra step that you can take, as whether you're using an agent, that agent can do that, or as a homeowner, if you're listing your home on your own, ask your photographer if he or she can do a walkthrough video of your home. Uh, the reason that that's really important right now is because you can post that on social media. Video attracts 1,000 times more viewers than photos do. And it also is shared 10 times more than posts that don't have video, that just have photo and or text. So if you have a video of your home, and it doesn't have to be long, I mean, we're talking 30 seconds to a minute, just a quick, not too quick, but a nice, simple walkthrough of your home, maybe even some talking in the background or some text on the screen that, highlights the basic features of the home, the price, bedrooms, bathrooms, that kind of information. Those videos will be shared much more than a post with just photos. So I like to take that extra step and have a video of my clients' homes as well when I'm working with a seller, just to add that extra marketing. So video, photography, all those are a must. Posting on social media. So again, Facebook Marketplace. posting it on your personal Facebook page. Um, your agent should have a business page on Facebook, and they can run advertisements on Facebook of your home to attract more attention on it and to get potential buyers. Um, Open houses. That's something else that a lot of us agents do for our sellers. Sometimes the house sells so quickly we don't have time to do an open house, but there are certain price points in homes that, you know, the average days on market isn't 19 days. Maybe it's a month, maybe it's a 2 months. When you're getting up into the, you know, $400,000-$500,000 price range, those homes do sit on the market a little bit longer just because there's a smaller pool of buyers in that price range. So a lot of times what we will do for some listings is hold an open house, typically on the weekend, a Saturday or Sunday for 2 to 3 hours. And if you're selling your home on your own without an agent, you can do an open house too. Again, you want to market it on social media. You want to put signs out. You want to let everybody know that you're having this open house ahead of time. Don't wait till the day of to post on Facebook or on Instagram or put the signs out. Do it about a week in advance. Start letting people know, talking to friends, talking to family, coworkers, letting them know. And not necessarily because your friends and family may need to buy your house, but they have probably several hundred people in their sphere of influence that they know who might be interested in your home. So, marketing is all about getting the most attention on your home when you're needing to sell it. So, the more that you market it, the more people that you talk to, the more places that you post your home, advertise it, the more potential buyers you're going to have come your way. And so, an open house is a great way to open your home up for a couple of hours and have potential buyers walk through, and you're there to answer questions for them. They may have questions about your home, things that they can't see. They want, you know, they want to know how old the AC is, how long ago did you put the roof in, what kind of updates have you made in the home. So it's good as a homeowner to be there to be able to answer those questions for potential buyers, because those are things that they can't see in the photos, but they're important. And then if you're using an agent who's there for an open house, your agent should know that information about your home so that they're able to answer those questions and articulate information about the home that will help sell it to a potential buyer. So again, holding an open house is a great way to just get extra attention on your home. Um, and it's a way to do some added marketing that wouldn't be done otherwise if you weren't holding an open house. So that really covers all of the information that I had as far as home selling. Again, the three key things that you want to focus on are staging, pricing, and marketing. So, staging your home, setting it up to look its best. Um, just like somebody that is going out on a date night, whether it's with your husband or wife or a first date, like you want that first impression to be A1. You want to look your best. You want to smell good, look good, feel good. Like you want to go in like making the best impression you can on that person you're going out on a date with. Think of your home as the same way. First impressions are everything. And so if you don't have your home staged, and when I say staged, I don't necessarily mean using a professional stager. I mean presenting your home in the best light possible. I mentioned smells right now when you're going on a date. You want your home to smell good. If you have pets, if you have kids, you probably have some funky smells going on in your house from time to time. I know I do. With 5 kids and a dog, sometimes my home stinks. If I'm trying to sell my house, I need to get rid of those smells. I need to make sure the carpets are clean. I need to make sure that the dishes are clean. I need to make sure that my children don't have any old food plates or cups stashed under their bed that are creating smells. So, smells are actually very important because when somebody walks into your home to view it, if it smells bad, there's a good chance, no matter how nice your home looks, that smell is going to put a negative impression in their mind, whether they recognize it or not. I remember showing a home to a buyer, I think it was last summer. Nice home in the Hewitt area, looked really great in the photos. We walked in and those homeowners had forgotten to empty their diaper genie and it smelled like stank diapers. And that's really all we could think about as we were walking through the home, and we felt bad because, you know, we were kind of joking about it. We called it the diaper house. Um, you don't want your home to be referred to as the diaper house or the smelly dog house or the dirty dishes house. even if you can't see those things, if somebody walks in and can smell those kind of smells, it's not good. So get rid of the stinky smells, and to go that extra step, um, maybe have the carpets cleaned, have a couple of candles going, some plug-ins. Now, don't you can go too far with this. Everything in moderation. I walked into homes where they literally had 2 or 3 candles in every room and plug-ins going, and it was too much. If you walk into a house and you're overwhelmed with the smell of vanilla or something, again, that might leave a negative impression on the potential buyer. So we want nice, mild, good smells. I've seen some instances where the homeowner baked cookies right before an open house, which is a great idea. Not only to have cookies for the open house visitors, but so the house smells like freshly baked cookies. So, again, smells are important when it comes to staging, even though you can't see that in photos. Um, People are going to smell it when they walk through the door. So, smells are very important. Um, so that was just going back to staging as I was kind of wrapping up and summarizing the 3 key things for selling your home. So making sure it's staged appropriately, making sure it is priced appropriately. Again, either work with an agent, or if you're wanting to sell your home on your own, you've got to look at recently sold homes in your area that are similar to your home and see what they're selling it for. See what they're being sold for, and that you can use that data to determine what an appropriate price is for your home. And I'm happy to give a pricing analysis to anybody that is viewing today, whether or not you're on the fence about selling on your own or using an agent. I provide, and most other agents will too, provide a no obligation pricing analysis for your property so you can see what it would sell for in today's current market. And if you've had a pricing analysis from an agent and it's been 3 months, that's probably no longer accurate because of how quickly prices are appreciating in the Waco area, and because of the different time of year right now, prices were a little bit lower around the holidays, October, November, December, than they are now in February. We're just now embarking on the spring market, so prices are going to continue to appreciate. So if you've had a pricing analysis done and it's been more than a few months, and you're thinking about listing your home in the next couple of months, then I would definitely recommend having an updated pricing analysis just so you have that current picture of what homes are selling for in your area and what yours is worth. So pricing is key. Don't underprice, don't overprice. Overprice, your home's going to sit in the market longer than it should, and homes around you that are priced appropriately are going to sell, and yours is just going to sit there. And another danger with overpricing, I've heard this from some people before. They're like, well, I'm going to price it. I know the comps show that my home should sell for this. I'm going to price it here just to see, if I can get that much. Again, the danger in that is more likely than not, you're not going to get that much. And every day that your home sits on the market and other homes around it are selling, um, once you get past that 3-4 week, whatever the average days on the market is for your area and your price point, if your home's sitting much longer than that, potential buyers and their agents are going to start to wonder what's wrong with that home. What's going on that I can't see in the photos that's causing this home not to sell? And usually an agent will look at it and be like, oh, it's overpriced. That's why it hasn't sold. Um, but buyers are going to look at that, and a lot of times they will just skip over that home and they will assume something's wrong with that home. That's why it hasn't sold. I'm going to look at something else. So it really is a dangerous thing to overprice your home. Again, homes are selling at record prices nowadays. And so having a professional pricing analysis will really go a long way so that you can price it appropriately and get exactly what your home is worth, and not underpriced. I've seen situations where a homeowner listed their home, or maybe they had an agent listed who was inexperienced, and they priced the home well below what it was worth. You want to make sure you get the maximum amount for your home, which, whether you see it this way or not, your home is an investment. And whether you're, selling it after living in it in a year or two, or if you've been in your home for 20, 30 plus years, that home has gone up in value, whether it's been 20 or 30 years or 2 years. that's the way the market is right now. So as an agent, as a listing agent, part of my job is to make sure that my clients get the most money for their home. So pricing is key. And then third and finally, marketing, of course. Again, we're in a great seller's market right now. Often you can sell a home with very little marketing. But I think it's important to go that extra step because marketing will result in maximum exposure for your property. Um, so if you're in a neighborhood or just a part of town where you're seeing quite a few homes selling and you want to stand out above those homes, either yourself or your agent, whoever's listing the home, um, should take that extra step and do that additional marketing that I mentioned. So as an agent, I'm doing more than just putting in the MLS. I'm using professional photography, professional videography. I'm posting it on social media. I'm running social media ads. I'm also sending postcards out to the neighborhood. I'm sending emails out to everyone in my sphere. I'm doing open houses. I'm attending networking events and talking about listings that I have there. I'm doing all these different things to get your home, get attention on it. And so, again, whether you're using an agent or if you're selling your home on your own, the more you put it out there, the more potential buyers you're going to attract and the quicker you're going to sell your home. So, marketing is key. I don't think I got any questions today. Let's see. Nope, I haven't seen any. And that's okay because I had my things that I wanted to make sure to cover for anybody that was watching. Um, may not have gotten any questions because, if you've never sold a home before, maybe you don't know what to ask and you just tuned in today so that you could just hear what I had to say. So I hope that the information that I provided today was valuable. Um, and if you're interested in selling your home, or maybe even if you just want to know what your home is worth, and like maybe you're not looking to sell right now, but maybe you want to in the next few years, or for whatever reason, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to have a conversation with you, whether it's on the phone, face to face, video chat's fine too. I'm happy to come to your home and look at it and just give you some suggestions on things that you can do to prepare your home to sell it, and then also provide you with a pricing analysis. And again, I do all of this information, do all of this at no charge. There's no obligation unless you decide that you want me to represent you as a realtor, as your listing agent. Otherwise, it doesn't cost you anything to just have a consultation with me, get some information that it just helps you better understand what your home's worth. What are some things that you can do specifically with your home to prepare it to sell and to get the best possible price and best outcome for you for it. So I think I'm going to wrap up a little bit early since I didn't have any questions today. I appreciate everybody that has tuned in to watch and listen. Um, if you want any other information, or if you have a specific topic that you would like me to have a Facebook Live on, my first two I did that were geared towards buyers. The first one was home buying. The second one that I did was focused on credit for home buyers. This one obviously was for home sellers and home selling 101. What are the things that you need to focus on to get your home sold? 2 weeks from now, I'm planning on doing Facebook Live that is geared towards veterans, specifically veteran buyers. There's some unique things that veteran buyers have in the way of financing that's offered to them, and then there are also some nuances as far as like what homes they can and can't purchase. So I'll talk a little bit about that. But if you guys have any specific topics that you would like me to address, anything real estate related, I'm also planning on doing one. The one after the veterans, I'm going to do one talking about new construction and how to purchase a brand new home, a new build. And yes, you need an agent working for you if you're buying new construction, but I'll get into some details about just the new construction process, how that works, what you need to know, what are the differences between that and buying an existing home. So I'll talk about that. But if you guys have any specific topics that you're interested in, that you want me to do a Facebook Live on, let me know, or just shoot me a question anytime here on my Facebook page, Trish Minshew Realtor. Um, You can send me a message through here. You can comment on one of my posts. You can comment on this video. You can send me an email, call me, text me. All my contact information is on my page. So just feel free to reach out anytime if there's any information that I can help you with regarding real estate. Again, I love educating consumers and homeowners and just helping you guys make the best decisions when it comes to buying or selling your home. Again, I'm a lifelong Wacoan. I love the Waco area. I love the growth that we're seeing. I know not everybody loves some of the things that are going on. But you know what? This is our home. This is where we are. And so I want to do everything that I can to make the people in our community as informed as possible and help in any way I can. So, again, I'm going to sign off here a little bit early. Thank you again so much for tuning in today. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for my next Facebook Live. Y'all have a great rest of your week and reach out if there's anything I can do to help. Bye.